Hello, I'm Gary Briggs of Bloodline Bowfishing, and in this video we're going to be checking out this 2200 Kelvin 100-watt bowfishing light from 5-Star LED. We're not going to look at the light in detail. It's got the same great bracket, beefy housing, quality of construction we've come to expect from a premium bowfishing LED. In this video we're going to focus on the color. So we're going to be directly comparing it to a high-pressure sodium. You've seen a million of these debates on Facebook about which light penetrates best. It's all nonsense. It's the color that gives the perception that it penetrates better. Most bowfishing warm white LEDs are in the 2700 to 3500 Kelvin range, which is a yellowish white light. A high pressure sodium is 2200 Kelvin, which is an orangish light. This is the first LED I've seen that mimics that color, and it's a big deal. So in this video, we're going to be directly comparing it to a high-pressure sodium so that you could see the color. And then I'm also going to do a side-by-side comparison with a 2700 Kelvin light, which will make it obvious the color difference between the two. So let's get to the test. Okay, for a side-by-side comparison, just so you can see what I'm talking about. On the left, we have a 2700 Kelvin light, and on the right, we have a 2200 Kelvin light. Now you'll notice that one is whitish and one is orangish. Okay, so here we have 2700 Kelvin, and over here we have 2200 Kelvin. One more time. 2700 Kelvin, 2200 Kelvin. And this is going to give you that perception that these lights are penetrating better, just like a high pressure sodium. Very impressive light. Okay guys, on the jig we have the Econolight 150 watt high pressure sodium, and we're going to be comparing this light to the 5-Star LED 2200 Kelvin. So I've taken the liberty of warming this up ahead of time since they take so damn long to warm up. And I want you to pay very close attention to the color you see here. And I'm not going to be taking an amp and watts reading on this. We already know they're not terribly efficient. And there's my truck down there. I parked it in there on purpose so you can get some perspective on the light bouncing off of it. And let me go ahead and take a lux reading. Okay, the high pressure sodium is pulling 990 lux. That's 990 lux. Okay, now on the jig we have the 2200 Kelvin. That's a true HPS color, 100 watt LED from 5-Star. We also have our lux meters, and we have our amp meter and volt meter to determine how efficiently it's running. And the big difference you will see between this and an HPS is when you turn that sucker on, it is on right now. None of this bullshit waiting a minute for your high pressure sodiums to warm up. So if you're a big head guy, these are the lights for you. Now, you'll notice that color. I mean, to my naked eye, it looks identical to the high pressure sodium. Take a look at the truck, lit up with that orangish yellowish color. I mean, as far as LEDs go, these have the best color I've seen thus far. So let me take a reading on the lux meter and we will determine how efficiently it is running. Okay, the 5-Star is pulling 1543 lux. That's 1543 lux. Okay, we are pulling 0.9 amps and 116, we'll call it 116.2 volts. 116.2 times 0.9 equals 104.5 watts, clear. 1543 lux divided by 104.58 watts equals nearly 15 lux per watt. That's incredibly efficient given this color. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that this color tends to not register as much lux as the whiter lights do. So in my opinion, this light is testing very well. That color is gorgeous. Okay, I think this video does a good job of illustrating the point I'm trying to make, and that's the difference between a 2700 Kelvin, a traditional warm white bowfishing LED, and this 2200 Kelvin bowfishing LED. I believe the 2200 Kelvin is a very desirable color for bowfishing. Does that mean it's the best LED out there? I have no idea. That's subjective, not objective. It's an opinion. If you're fishing up north or you fish in primarily clear water, maybe you want the 3500 Kelvin light because it's going to be a little bit brighter. But if you're fishing down south or in the swamp or murky water, the Mississippi, maybe you want this particular bow fishing LED because it's going to cut through that filth a little bit better. What I do know is it's a very well-made light, very desirable color, and more than bright enough to get the job done. I want to say thanks to the guys at 5-Star LED Bowfishing for sending it to me to test. I really appreciate it. If you need to get a hold of them, go over to Facebook and go to the 5-Star LED Bowfishing Facebook page. While you're on Facebook, let's join the Bloodline Bowfishing TV Facebook page. Also join the BAA. They protect our rights as bow fishermen. And please, guys, please be safe out there. Wear your personal flotation devices. Thank you, guys.